Nothing like a little traffic. What's up? What's up, everybody? Stuck in a little traffic. I decided to go live, and all of a sudden I hit traffic. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me know if sound is good. Passing through Indiana. Look at this. Where is everybody? Why are you guys so quiet? Huh? Man, that depressing to you guys? Life is beautiful. Life is sexy. Look at that blue sky. Look at, I mean, you got the truck in the way, but look at that blue sky. It's really not that blue, though. I don't know how the phone makes it look that blue. Apple iPhone power, I guess. Good evening. How you doing, Edgar? How you doing? Figured I'd go live, let everybody catch a view, see what's going on across the United States. I just stopped off in a town, Marshall, Illinois. Man, they look poor and pissed off over there. Poor and pissed off. Where you from, Edgar? You in expedited freight, or you just cruising by, checking out the video? Just so you know, if you're watching the background, I don't know if you're the regular guys or the frauds. Usually, I'm doing fraud exposing in freight and the expedited field, and then I do some other odd videos here and there. Oh, Little Rock. You know, I kind of like Arkansas a little bit. It's kind of peaceful. It's got its issues too, but it's peaceful. You know, I moved actually myself from Cleveland, Ohio, down to northern Alabama. I like that peaceful southern living. Simple, laid back. Not a rednecks, but that's all right. All right. Leaving Mountain, Texas now. Howdy. Hey, Nick, how's it going? Oh, so you are a driver then, Edgar? You know, that used to be one of my favorite spots down there, McAllen in Brownsville. I don't know if you ever had the opportunity, but over on the bottom down there of Brownsville, you can ride right onto the beach. Just take your vehicle and cruise right on the beach, right up to the water. It's crystal clear. Just don't walk too far to the right or you'll be in Mexico. It's literally right on the border. But yeah, I believe it or not, I used to get good loads out of that bottom corner. Oh, 2 years? That's good. You got your own authority or freestyling it? I don't know if you've been watching my videos or not, but if you go to the podcast tab on the channels where you'll find when I expose people. Like the other day, we had it out with RP Expediting. It was funny after I did that video, within 5 minutes, they sent the Raycon for the Tanu. But they're still bloodsuckers, cheating the carrier, giving them 75 instead of the one. It's known it's 150, and yet they still want to suck the blood. $75. What's up, Elite? How you doing? You on the road or you on the couch? Under several carriers. Yeah, Edgar, it's not good. I'm gonna tell you now, it's not good. Let me explain to you, Edgar. Let me give you a little small lesson. Majority of those carriers you're probably under are the frauds they've been exposing. They give you cheap loads because technically, if you're a van guy, you're supposed to be leased onto that carrier and onto their insurance. And if you have your own authority and you're running underneath their authority, now that's a whole other different animal. St. Louis to Cleveland in the morning. Oh, you'll be good, Elite. I mean, I'm sure you know Elite. Like Cleveland, just hang tight, but do not take anything out of there less than $1.20. Nothing less than $1.20. That's my hometown. Trust me, never left out of there cheap. Unless it's a local load, that's more. I used to take Twic 350 miles to Chicago for 850 to 1,000, and then some dumbos started bidding 350. No DOT. Yeah, after you learn the system a little bit, Edgar, you want to try to get your own authority and make your own connections. It's the best way. I left the other day from Florida, and I went to Cali. I went to Chula Vista. And a lot of guys don't like to go to California. I know how to run the West Coast. I went over there for $4,000. I know you guys can't get those loads because you deal with these schmucks. And the broker called me directly. It was a special load. He said, "Hey, I need you on this load. Can you do it?" So yeah, no problem. I went and got a room that day I was down there. Nice shave, haircut, little shopping. Next day, he got me another load. I'm rolling all the way back across the map to Pennsylvania. Yeah, Nickel, you're right about that. Just keep it on hush hush a little bit. I always laugh, Nichols, because a lot of the Michigan guys, they'll be in Cleveland. It's only like, what, 200 some miles? And they start deadheading back to Michigan. Like, what kind of brains do you guys have? You're going back over there to Michigan where there's a ton more drivers. A lot of drivers don't hang around in Cleveland. They just don't know. Just remember, Nickel, when you're over there in Cleveland, if you see like Solon or Medina, those are a little bit money areas. Don't be too cheap. Got to get you guys some good phones and window mounts. I'd like to see some other streams. It's not hard to do. Make yourself a little YouTube channel. The only suggestion I have, don't do like all the other guys that come and go and fail, where they just want to talk about their loads all the time and the money. Nobody cares about that. You want a nice YouTube channel, just show life in general. Got a 900-mile run last time for $2 a mile. Yeah, well, that's good. That's really... Nick, are you in van or truck? I think you're in a truck, aren't you? Oh, you are in a van? Oh, that's a good load. Keep that on hush hush. Don't get them too excited, Nickel. We don't want all these new guys flying in and then crying later on. Yeah, own authority is the only way. I'm really interested to see, guys, because I don't know if you saw where the president signed off. Truckers got to speak English. That's all fine and dandy. My only concern is a lot of guys are going to be jumping into the vans now because we're not technically DOT regulated. That's my only concern. So just give you guys a heads up. Be ready if that happens. Man, there's a monster line of trucks on the left. Look at that. Woo-wee. I'm glad I'm not over there. That is a lot of trucks. All trucks, too. Barely any cars. When I last started, it would have been nice if the dispatcher spoke English. Elite, I hope you've learned, because how long ago did you start? Because, yeah, the past couple of years, it was a large influx of those knuckleheads. Axel, do you want me to give you my load? Who's that? Costas? Costas. What kind of crazy shit is that? Costas, we were waiting for you to call us all day today. You didn't call us. You hurt our feelings. You know? Are you still down there? You still down in the desert twiddling your thumbs? 3 years on my authority now. Yeah, so Elite, you started when when hell was on fire. That's when it all freaking started getting really messed up. Man, I'm so glad this return ride, the weather has been great, man. Like, you couldn't ask for anything better. I had a little light rain about an hour ago, but it was nice. I still had blue skies. Missouri, did you get loaded, Costa? Missouri, you're probably behind me then. But I just literally crossed in Indiana. Back here, right now, here's the sign, Terre Haute. Just crossed over. These new drivers don't even know how they make money. I know they don't know. It's so, and then you try to tell them, and they don't want to listen. They just I don't know. The most common phrase I always hear is, whether they're working with whatever the knuckleheads or the dispatchers, they always say, "Oh, they keep me busy." Yeah, they keep you busy with 60, 70 cents. They keep you so busy you don't even know what's going on. That's as far north as I could get. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, these new. I had one last night. He blew past me. No one else on the highway. He blows past me on the left and then jumps in front of me, like maybe one van length if we're lucky. I tried to catch up to him to see his plates and stuff. I should tell you, for a good 20 minutes, I was doing 83. I couldn't catch him. I don't know how he was driving that fast in that van at nighttime, but that's a sicko. You on I-70? Yes, sirree. I-70 it is. I-70. Let's see if this guy knows how to merge on. Ah, he's ahead. He's all right. I'm reading comments on YouTube and Reddit. Many saying that this week has been the slowest of the year. Coast, I hear that so many times throughout the year. It's all different. A lot of guys have been saying that, but it is, beginning of almost beginning of summer here. It's all different, man. I could go back years ago when you could tell. Like usually we would start picking up like mid March. The loads were flying out in the morning, the afternoon, and the nighttime, and then we get a couple late night spurts. Now it's like fishing in a pond that's already been fished in. Usually they slow this time, though. Yeah, just depends. Probably depends on everybody's area also, or where everyone's bunched up. Like Angel, you're over there in Chicago, where those idiots from the union group are to tell all the van drivers, "Hey, come up to Chicago." I'll never forget that day when I knew another carrier, and he bid on a load for broker, or no, he was letting the broker know he had a van up in Illinois. He's like, "I don't know why you sent him up here." He's like, "Whoa, what happened?" He said, "I don't know. I went from getting 400 emails on a load to like 1,500." And the broker even asked me, he says, "Who are these union fools?" And then we started laughing. These dummies told all these dumbos, "Hey, just come up to Chicago, you'll get a load." These dudes were literally deadheading all the way up from the bottom of Laredo to Chicago to get a load. Like, what kind of idiots are these? I mean, people listen to those dumbass kids. I just wait. I swear, when the studio goes back up, Armageddon is coming. You have no idea. I got so much crap. I don't even know what to do with all of it. I got people sending me files. Got one the other day. Got a whole list of these dispatchers. What am I going to do with that? Dude, stay in your lane. You are literally drifting right every 2 seconds. Yeah, I like to sail when I drive. You know, that's how I work out my arm. You guys are all going to Planet Fitness. I'm doing my workout in the van, left, right, you know, shoulder workout. You got to be fluid. Fluid. You're probably driving all rigid, you know. Your neck muscles are getting tense, you know. I'm like a noodle behind the wheel. I let it flow. Look what we got here. Who's this? Mississippi plate. Oh, Mercedes. You know, earlier I seen a Ford Transit with a Rhode Island plate. That's the first. We got Expeditors, I guess, coming out of Rhode Island now. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly, I was just thinking yesterday, man, I got to call Kimberly. I got to give her my number. I keep forgetting. Don't worry, Kimberly. I get it to you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Kimberly. We're working some magic here and there. Working some magic and causing some chaos. Kimberly is very nice, Coach. She used to be on the road. I met her on the road. She started working for some schmucks. She found out later on. I gave her little warnings here and there, but then she saw. Actually, they were one of the customers on my show I exposed. Yeah, I try to lead the drivers as best I can with what I know. I can only do so much. Maybe I need to start these master classes like everybody else. How do you have a master class when you don't even come on the road? You don't even have 2 real years in the industry, but everybody's running master classes. Master class. Join my master class. Meanwhile, they don't realize in the back I'm saving names and authorities of all these guys that they mentored that are going belly up. Like that fool stick with us delivery. What a joke. Easy, Koch. You came over here kind of fast. So 500 courses, Axel. I should, at least mine will be legit and real. It's kind of like a catch-22 thing. I love the mentor guys that don't even have. Yeah, they don't have no E-tracks. Isn't it funny? They're doing here. Yeah, they don't have no tracks, or they got those little Home Depot straps. Like I seen the other day, Big Dummy's partner Mateo, he's putting these designer lights in the top of his van. If anyone's wondering where Alan's at, I got a hold of him the other day and said, "Man, all your fans are asking me where you're at and this and that." Well, let's just say he's breastfeeding right now. He's taking care of a small baby, so he's got some family stuff he's doing. Hopefully, we can get him to start doing his videos again. Because he does one thing, I do another thing. I told him to get his stuff going. He home more than me, but I signed up with their Facebook group to see what they were doing. Yeah, we know what they're doing. They're double brokering. Double brokering using about 4 or 5 authorities. But Axel got all that stuff. Yeah, I think Alan's just getting old. Everyone go over to his latest video and just text him and say, "Hey, Mr. Old Man, where's the videos?" Next time he does a video, you might see him like in a wheelchair in a nursing home. drinking some chocolate milk or something. I don't know. You got to keep rolling. Be able to multitask, do a lot of things, keep the mind sharp. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up, guys. Hit those thumbs up. Look, we got like 9 people watching. You know, we got a couple frauds that are eyeballing. They might not understand what I'm saying, though. Some of them don't speak English. But that's all right. We can translate. Now I'm ready to get out here and start my own thing. Yeah, he was one of the original guys with the YouTube stuff. It's funny, Nickel. You seen any of the other guys? Where's everybody else? Where is? I'm gonna do a special one day because I'm subscribed to all of them. I'm gonna do a special like all the guys that are gone. I'm gonna have like a checkoff board. I'm gonna let Alan know that you guys were thinking about him. Maybe you guys can all get a room one night, you know, and reminisce about the old times. Chaos creators, yeah. And you guys are chatting today. Holy smokes! Let me put on my glasses. Watch the road for me while I read this. I've been staying busy. I used to like the guy with the dog that took the 60-cent loads all the time. What are you talking about? You talking about Expediting America? You know, we tried to help him. And he was hard-headed. I like the way he did his videos. You know, he used to do a good job editing and stuff. But he just couldn't get away with being hard-headed. Like when he got Selectus and he only lasted down there for like 1 month. I remember one time he yelled at me because I told him, hey, bro, go get a mic. Oh, you just want me to spend money. No, bro, I want you to be better. Go get a mic. I used to, yeah, last I heard he was doing moving furniture or something for Shipley. Old ladies' couches and stuff. Last thing I was hearing, you know, he's 38. He wanted to get his music career up and going again. 38, he wants to work on his music career. I could understand maybe if you played the violin or something, but you ain't gonna be no hip hop star at 38. You know, like here, how you guys are all chatting. We used to have a lot of that back in the day with the groups and stuff. It was, you know, even though a lot of us fought and didn't like each other, there was still a lot of people who used to talk. Like even the other night, a couple of you guys, I told you when we were all on the headsets talking, man, we used to talk for miles and miles. Makes the time go by, it makes it more enjoyable. Let me see. He's making the big money on YouTube, taking those 500-mile loads for 250. I know. I don't know if you saw the one, Elite, where he had some kind of customer or something, supposedly in California, and he was working the map, trying to get all these loads to get over to California to pick a load up. And I think he averaged like 70 cents to go to California. I'm like, what kind of moron is this? You go to California for 70 cents? And that's why he blew the engine on that gas Mercedes. Maybe that's why he's been so quiet. Maybe he blew another engine. Because those gas Mercedes engines are not going to last. I don't even think they make them anymore. Man, look at you guys got a nice view there. Now look at those clouds. Just reach up and grab those clouds. Look, 9 people watching and only 6 thumbs up. I feel neglected. I feel unloved. I really feel unloved. Love me tender, love me true. Yeah, gas burners are trash. Close to how many miles you got left? Angel, how many miles do you have left? I got 445. Ooh, that was nasty. 445. Indiana roads are trash. 180. I'm jealous. We need to have a load board revolt. It's crazy these days. What we really need is a new load board with the proper people vetting. Yeah, that video I did just the other day about RPs because an email went out to Full Circle. So what Full Circle does when a new person tries to join, they send an email out to all the members. So if they got any feedback, so if they don't like you or they don't want you on there, they don't let you on. It's like the buddy system. So a broker had sent me the email of them trying to get on. I did that video real quick, and I know at least two brokers sent a message in that they didn't want them on the board. Oh, really? Yeah, but I think they were Ukrainian or something. The guy's name is like Gabor or something. They were always trash. I can go all the way back to 2018. They were trash back then. Those are some slave driving retards. I mean, on another good note, at least those 5 accounts I exposed. You know, I had that one guy sell me all those access to those Selectus accounts. Kept asking for payment. I would do a video, Selectus would shut it off. I was saying, hey, bro, look, it's not working. I don't know what's going on. Then he'd send me another one. I do another video, they turn it off. Then he'd send me another one. I said, damn, how many access does he have? I knocked out a lot of dispatchers that day. North Macedonians are big these days. I'm going to have to say the Uzbekistan guys. I'm going to do a nice special on them. Uzbekistan. A lot of guys don't know about those Uzbekistan guys. We know, though. Man, they're all over, Nickel. You see the road, man? Indiana is trash over here. Anybody see my old friend Hippix? You know we're gonna have to do a video on him one day. That long-haired hippie with that little piece of wood hanging around his neck. I need to get that necklace, that little wood nugget hanging around my neck. Indians doing dispatch services. Yeah, more than likely, Elite, they're not Indians, they're Pakistanis. It's mostly Pakistanis. They're getting access to the boards and then they start calling around everybody. And you know, I try to tell everybody, the last thing you want to do is send all your stuff to these guys overseas. Socials, driver's license, Twig cards, your corporation. It's like you're asking for identity theft. You're asking for identity theft on a high level. You'll be called into the FBI office one day and say, hey, we got your information here that you were plotting a terror attack. Well, how you got my information saying that? Well, it says right here. Those bozos will probably try to get a fake passport with your name. I would not be sending nobody my stuff, especially overseas. You know, it's like sometimes the brokers will ask for your Twig card. And I say, hey, look, man, you know, once I know, okay. But unless it's absolutely necessary, well, why I got to send you a picture of my Twig card? Because I've already heard, too, they're making fake Twig cards. Hit the thumbs out, share the video. Hey, if one of you guys ain't driving, drop the video in Alan's group, too. Some haters and some lovers over there. They've been so dry chit-chatting over there lately. That group's not like it used to be. It needs a spark of life. A lot of groups actually have been quiet. Who's that? Who's that? What's up, Stone? What's up? Man, you guys all jumping in today. You know, the other night I went live, I don't even think 3 people jumped in. It was like everybody was snoozing or something. I said, man, everybody's really, really depressed or they all went to sleep. Whew. Stone, don't forget to hit that thumbs up now. Don't forget to hit it. Oh, you guys all got quiet now. You're chatting away. Next time you guys roll in the truck stop, grab yourself 1 or 2 Celsius. It'll fire up your brain. We're all cruising. It's nice to be cruising. Yeah, when I get the studio put back up, you guys got to get some. Just make sure you got a good mountain stuff. You know, I'd like to, make it a little bit more interactive. You know, like when somebody's driving, I could bring it in the background or bring it in on the side. You don't even have to talk; just show the view. You know, I'll try to make it a little bit more interactive. And we'll start doing some call-ins and stuff. We're just not going to do like all the other channels and bring in all these losers of logistics. I don't need to. I don't need to know the suit and tie guys and their bullshit. I want to know the blue collar, the workers. I don't need to know about data and analytics. That's all fake and bullshit, anyways. No, Stone. I just sat there the one day. Oh, actually overnight. I checked out the next day. I had a room, and then I reloaded up in Bloomington. It was like 2 hours up, heading over to Pennsylvania by Pittsburgh. What's that, Nickel? Then, oh yeah. You know, I got like before I came back out a little over a month ago, a month and a half ago, I put on new shocks and struts. When I had that replace that fuel pump, you know, the guy went over the whole van. He said your one left strut is leaking. I said, what? But I remember one day I was in Chicago and I was coming like around the curve on the highway, and you wouldn't have seen it, so it's too late. I hit this monster pothole. Monster. I'm surprised it didn't knock my whole axle off. And I think that's what messed up that strut. Yeah, it was nasty a couple weeks back when that fuel pump went out. That cost me a fortune. With the two toes and all the other nonsense, it was like 4,100. I mean, the actual fuel pump and the labor change was only like 2,100. But what are you going to do when you're on the road? And then I towed it to another shop like 240 miles. That was almost 1,500 for that tow. But you see, Axel, he's still rolling. Rolling and chilling. Yeah, I was in Chula Vista the other day. I got to be honest with you, though, man. I don't know why. I kind of like that Chula Vista. It was nice down there. Everyone was real friendly. My barber guy was great. I've got shocks and struts that I need to throw on. Wait, originals. Yeah, you'll probably notice a big difference when you change them. Nickel, just roll in somewhere and tell someone to change them. It should only be a couple hundred. Don't be cheap. Just get it done. Erase it from your brain. You'll know it's done. La Jolla? I don't know. As long as they got those little Mexican mamas down there, I'm there. I'm telling you, they're honeys down there. I might have to give up on those blondes and go for that long, black, silky hair. Just dropped 10K on new transition. Gonna say some. Oh, shit. Which van do you have? 10K for the tranny? Damn. And what state did you get it done in, too? When you guys break down, try to break down in the good southern states. It's a lot cheaper down there. It's like I remember years ago, a guy broke down in California, and they changed the axle on his Sprinter. It was 10,000. 12 people watching. Can we get a few thumbs up and a dash of thumbs down from the frauds? Just a dash. We appreciate it. If you got any questions, just jump in the chat. T350 Bristol, Tennessee at Ford dealer. Got a 3-year unlimited mile warranty. Oh, that's good. You're telling me you'll be back to see him maybe next year. Unlimited warranty. You're gonna put 3 years at least free. 250 to 300,000 miles. Remember one time I went to Enterprise, pick up a van for something. The guy was bitching. He said, man, because I told him what I did. He said, man, this one guy, he got us one time. He rented a van for like a month, and it came back and it had like over 20,000 miles. I said, really? He said, yeah. We asked him, how the hell did you put so many miles? They told me he was doing deliveries. He said, yeah, no more of that, bro. They took the van away from him. He said, no, don't ask for any more vans. Man, the one good thing about coming back to the Midwest over here is the trees and the greenery. So one thing I hate about the West Coast, those desert and the rocks. So boring. I'm pounding pavement these next 3 years. That's all you do, Nickel. Enjoy your road. Make it enjoyable out here, and don't even think about it as like a job. That's all I do. You know, try to make sure you try to eat decent though. Don't eat crap. And every once in a while, as long as you're running good, get yourself a room for a recharge. The rest stops are a lot nicer too. Yeah, last night I stayed at a rest area. I like them. They're peaceful. Oh shit, these damn potholes. Yeah, usually I like the rest areas too. There's a lot of trees around. Crack the window a little bit. You got nice fresh air when you're sleeping. Yeah, as long as you got your van set up, put your clothes and a normal, some kind of bed. Don't sleep on the floor on an air mattress or your leftover blanket. Keep some snacks, some water, low sodium or zero sodium drinks. Keep the sugar content low too.